There once lived a wise king who had a trusted advisor. This advisor had a peculiar habit that puzzled everyone in the palace. No matter what happened, whether good or bad, he would always say the same words: "Everything is best." One day, the king was cutting fruit with a sharp knife when he accidentally sliced off the tip of his finger. In great pain, he called for his advisor. The advisor looked at the king's wounded hand and said calmly, "Everything is best." The king was furious. "How can you say that? I've injured myself. This is terrible." But the advisor simply repeated, "Everything is best, Your Majesty." Enraged by what he saw as indifference, the king ordered his guards to throw the advisor into the dungeon. As the guards dragged him away, the advisor looked back and said once more, "Everything is best." Several weeks passed. The king decided to go hunting in a distant forest. He rode deep into the wilderness, far from his guards. Suddenly, he was captured by a tribe that lived in those woods. They took him to their village. The tribe was preparing a ritual sacrifice to their gods, and they had chosen the king as their offering. They bound him and brought him to the altar. The priest examined the king carefully, as was their custom, checking that the sacrifice was perfect and unblemished. Then the priest noticed something. The king's finger was missing its tip. "He is incomplete," the priest declared. "The gods will not accept an imperfect offering." And so they released the king, who quickly found his way back to the palace. Safe at home, the king reflected on what had happened. He suddenly understood. If he had not cut his finger, he would have been the perfect sacrifice. The wound had saved his life. Filled with gratitude and wonder, the king rushed to the dungeon and freed his advisor. "Forgive me," he said. "You were right. Everything is best. My injured finger saved my life. But tell me one thing. When I threw you in prison, you also said everything is best. How was that best? You suffered in the dungeon for weeks because of my anger." The advisor smiled and replied, "Your Majesty, it was indeed best. For if you had not imprisoned me, I would have accompanied you on your hunting trip, as I always do. And when the tribe found you unsuitable for sacrifice because of your missing finger," the king's eyes widened as understanding dawned. "They would have taken me instead," the advisor finished. "Everything is best." The king embraced his advisor, finally understanding the profound wisdom in those simple words. Life unfolds in mysterious ways. What seems like misfortune may carry hidden blessings. What appears as tragedy may be protection in disguise. In the end, we cannot always see the complete picture. But perhaps if we trust the journey, everything truly is best.